Extremely pleased to see so many of you here this morning, and I welcome and encourage you to open the pathway of partnership, collaboration, and cooperation, and continue the process after you leave this workshop. As a nation, we are fully aware of the problems caused by the production, trafficking, use, and abuse of illicit drugs, and the increase in violent crime. The regional drug trade is responsible for much of the local violence, making it one of the root causes of crime in our country. The government of the Bahamas remains committed to developing effective enforcement strategies to combat the threats of illicit drug trafficking, use, and abuse of drugs. We realize that this cannot be done in isolation, and so we seek to cooperate with our international and local partners in fulfillment of our global obligations. To this end, we have signed on to progressive drug conventions and are active participants in regional, hemispheric, and international drug control fora, including the International Drug Abuse Control Commission, CICAD, of the OAS. In February of 2013, as the Bahamas was the host, I had the privilege of opening CICAD's National Coordinating Entities Workshop. This was at the early stage of the Multilateral Evaluation Mechanism's sixth round. The workshop brought together participants from the English-speaking Caribbean countries, including Canada and the United States, along with local stakeholders from both governmental and non-governmental agencies. The MEM has proven itself to be an excellent evaluative tool, particularly in the identification of weaknesses and strengths in the anti-drug programs of our respective countries. Having completed the last sixth round evaluation rounds, I can proudly say that the recommendations presented are taken very seriously and that we continue to implement its recommendations. With regards to the national report on the Bahamas for the sixth round, we accept the evaluation of the government expert group and have made progress in the areas which were not fully completed. For example, recommendation 8 calls for exploring the means of offering treatment, rehabilitation, social reinsertion, and recovery support services to drug-dependent criminal offenders as an alternative to criminal prosecutions or imprisonment. However, since the evaluation period, we have drafted a bill and regulations for the establishment of a drug treatment court, identified a location for the court, and continue to participate in international courses, workshops, and seminars designed to build capacity as we prepare to establish the court. Furthermore, during CICAD's high-level dialogue on alternatives to incarceration for drug-related offenses held last December, our Chief Justice, Sir Hartman Longley, led a delegation of 5 to represent the Bahamas at the meeting in Washington, D.C. This meeting proved to be fruitful and provided clear insight to the daily operation and systems of a drug treatment court, which will add value to establishing our own court. This year, 2016, marks the 30th anniversary of the establishment of the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission. During all these years, the Bahamas has continued to show its commitment to take a leading role in the fight against drugs. At the 58th CICAD regular session in Peru, the Bahamas was elected to the position as Vice Chair of CICAD, the first time we have held this role. We look forward in November of this year, where we intend or hope to be elected chair of CICAD. Now, they wrote this for me. So I don't want you to think I'm jumping the gun. But, you know, although I read it 10 times before, it says we have elected. We intend to be elected. You know, I'm a politician, when I see things like that, I say, boy, they had.